Well, I was excited for this one because it had ladies in it.
Yeah.
And now I want them to go back to not having ladies.
No more ladies.
No more ladies.
Yeah. This one hurt my feelings.
Hello, everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is So I'm watching Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities, Season 1, Episode 4, The Outside. I was hating this one. It kind of beat me into submission.
Okay. It's not my favorite one so far.
No, it's not my favorite. This is like, it feels like any time that you're doing an anthology series, there has to be one about a lady taking beauty too far.
Yeah.
Always.
I mean,
always.
It didn't not do it, but it was kind of giving me, I told you, Ellen Burstyn from
American,
Requiem for a Dream. Yeah, with the diet pills. That's what it was giving me for like a while. And it didn't totally land the same ending, but it was like samey.
Well, so like I said, by the ending, I actually kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah.
There were a lot of elements at play in this one that they're not good or bad. And frankly, I'm reserving my right to final judgment much later on, in which case you'll never know what I decide. But I'm not sure why it was Christmas. I'm not sure why it was, so far not one of these has been modern day, because this felt very 1991.
Yeah.
I liked Martin Starr. It was nice to have an anchor, an actual anchor to reality.
Yeah.
I don't know if that helped it or hurt it for my...
I think it made it sadder for me.
Well, because I don't ultimately know why she was doing this. Like, these ladies were terrible in the way that they were, like, terrible, but they weren't antagonizing her. Like, they weren't...
No.
She was just sort of an afterthought, is the implication we got. Like, they weren't out to make her life bad.
Right.
And by all accounts, I mean, she had a home, a hobby, a husband.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure where this came from.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think if they had been being mean to her,
but I don't want that.
I don't want that either, but you could understand her motivation a little more if they were being mean to her.
And I'm also unsure of, it's so far a trend I've noticed, and it's not working for everyone, because we even got some comments, but there's a lot of unanswered questions.
Yeah.
I'm largely enjoying it. It's not really factoring in, but I don't understand what were they calling it? Astroglow or?
Alloglow.
Alloglow. I don't know what it was. Why was Gina giving it to everybody?
Well, it's so expensive. You can't find it anywhere.
Why did they not? And the price kept getting more.
Yeah, she just kept saying, it's so expensive. It's so expensive.
But he said like $1.99 and it was $2.99. And it was like, why don't any of them understand what Secret Santa is?
Well, okay, so I kind of think it was like a pod person thing.
Oh, yeah. Like Stepford Wives.
Yeah. Kind of. And that's the reason too. I was thinking about it at the end. I think they have all disposed of their husbands and they just keep talking about it, their husbands, and how their dicks don't work and stuff.
Okay. No, I like it.
You're like, just kidding, this one's my favorite.
No, I kind of have gotten that feeling from this show that they're thinkers in ways that feel more.
Because like even at the Secret Santa party,
none of the husbands.
There were no husbands, and the dog was really freaking out. But I assumed it was about the duck, but it also might have just been the dog freaking. And then she was like, "You're gonna go in the basement." She sent the dog to the basement too, and I was like, I don't know. I think
I'm glad you're here.
Yeah.
Because I don't necessarily want to watch them. I would watch them again with someone else,
sure.
Like if someone hadn't seen them before. I don't know in what reality I'm watching this again for my own enjoyment, but I think you're right. I think this might be one of the ones that when you rewatch it, you're like, dear God.
Yeah,
like,
the implications.
Yeah, interesting. I loved the clothes. All of the clothes, all of the hair, all of the makeup. The gaggle of girls was good. I kept wanting them to be other people. Like, I kept wanting it to be, like, Missy Pyle or, like, there was another one I thought of, too. And
you said Leslie Bibb, yeah.
But I thought of a third one. Okay. So it's sort of like, so when I made the Ghostbusters 2 joke, I wasn't...
No, I think that was, like, a little bit on the money.
Okay, well then who's Dan Stevens? Was he just like a mirage? Is that what the mirage joke was?
Maybe. I don't know. There are definitely still unanswered questions, but it's like, because also the lady, the Aloe Glow beautiful assistant, was like, it can cause hallucinations and like this and that. And so it's like, who knows? But
I think it was all there. Yeah. I think because I wasn't loving it at first, I was dismissing a lot of information.
Sure, yeah.
I didn't like the things that were happening. Like, I wasn't like, sweet, she's going to kill him. But I wasn't as upset as I thought I would be by it going where I was afraid it was going to go. Mm-hmm. And I had an over-under for 2/3 of it where I was sort of like, I want this to actually work. If it actually works, then I think I might like it.
Yeah, like, I feel like we can't have gone through all of that and have her kill her husband and have it not work.
Well, I just know that it's Kate Micucci.
Yeah.
I just know that because she is absolutely a unique looking person, yeah. But I know that she's capable of being very cute, especially in this type of half a bubble off world.
Yeah.
So I was sort of like, I want to see, we were asked a minute ago what our favorite tropes was. Actually, I might have said this in that Q&A, but makeover. I love the makeover.
I love the makeover montage.
Well, because also it's a thing that, you know, I live a large part of my life in search of beauty. Mm-hmm. It's a motivating factor for me. And I have this theory that literally everybody's capable of it. You just have to find the right balance for you.
Yeah.
So, okay, yeah, I think you're right. I think it's like a body snatchers type.
Yeah.
Stepford. I couldn't believe how devoted he was to her.
A real one. Keith, as played by Martin Starr. A real one.
He's another one that by like no standards have I ever been like, he's hot, but there's a certain nerdy appeal.
He's hot, but he's ugly. He's ugly hot.
But she stabs him in the brain box, like straight in the head. And
I want to know how that got through bone.
I mean, there was resistance.
Scalpel.
Scalpel. I mean, it's a medical tool.
For bone.
It didn't go. It wasn't like butter. It went chink.
That's fair. Okay, fair enough.
I was so afraid she was going to like cut her own skin off. I didn't want that.
Me too. Especially when she started scratching it. That's why I was like, oh, this is going where I wished it didn't go, because I thought she was going to actually like forcibly peel all her skin off.
I couldn't believe she stabbed him in the head. Yeah. And he was sort of like, why did you do that? Help me through this. And I'm like, she's the one that did to you. And then when she axed him in the back and like he was like, something hit me.
Yeah.
What was the weird... Was it just her paranoia, that opening scene where she thought she heard someone in the house?
Yeah, I would imagine.
That feels like that was the opening of a different episode.
Yeah. I guess it must have been. Because she didn't even have the lotion yet, so it couldn't have been...
I don't know. Very odd.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, she did get her makeover, and not one, but 2 good covers of You Sexy Thing. Mm-hmm. And so she went to work, and she was, although, like I said, Gina by no means was like good, but Gina did seem a little bit put off by being dethroned.
Yeah.
And then it ended with her for several minutes. But then
also like
I said, I stand by it ultimately beat me into submission.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any reality where it's my favorite one, but it went like this for me. I was...
And it continued into our conversation in this room when I told you what I think it's about. Yeah, I don't have like a ton to say. I love this show, the show in general. It's so interesting. It's so also fun watching an anthology series that because here's the thing. With American Horror Stories, you have a lot of unanswered questions, but it's in a really frustrating, annoying way. And these unanswered questions don't frustrate and annoy me.
Certainly not to a place that breaks it.
Yeah, exactly.
There's things that I would desire unanswered to, but what it's giving me is very sort of like Mike Flanagan meets Fear Street with a dash of Ryan Murphy.
Okay.
That's sort of what it's giving me.
I'm into that.
But because the way that the business model of Netflix dropping 2 at a time is very sort of like what they did with Fear Street last year, where we just got like 3 movies 3 weeks in a row. We were like, what? It
was amazing.
So it's giving me that. Yeah. but it's giving me, high quality, ambitious Mike Flanagan, and then Guillermo Whimsy,
Yeah.
and I am thoroughly enjoying this. I hope that it's a thing. I hope it's not a one-off. I hope that maybe
we do another season.
Mhm.
Yeah.
because
That would
all
be
he
great.
has to do is produce it and write one,
Yeah.
direct one a year. And I kind of feel like that there are plenty of directors. This was Anna Lily
Amirpour.
Amirpour.
She did A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night.
Mhm. I feel like there's plenty of creatives out there looking for either a big break or a chance to play
Yeah.
or yada yada.
Also, he did not direct one.
I thought I guess he just wrote two of them.
They're like based on stories. He's not even credited as like a writer. I
Okay.
don't think on most of them at least.
Writers Guillermo del Toro.
It's because he created it. He gets a writer credit on all of them, but not like written by.
It's
Created by.
So okay. I believe in miracles.
You
Where are you
sexy
from?
thing.
You sexy thing.